Remember, remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Hello, Crafty Crandall fam. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I am doing a speed paint of a scene from V for Vendetta. I've painted the Guy Fawkes character and Natalie Portman's character Evey in gouache using my Miya Himi Gouache palette. This was slightly more challenging than I had originally anticipated, and I most definitely got the proportions of Natalie Portman's face extremely wrong. But I wanted to share the painting with you, especially here on the 5th of November as a special bonus video for you on my channel this week. I had a lot of fun painting this piece, and I really kind of tested my ability to paint portraiture in gouache, as this is something that I am struggling to get better with, but really just needed to practice and thought that this was a really great piece to do it on. I watch V for Vendetta every year at this time, if I can on the 5th of November, obviously, but on other years, on different days. It's a movie that really speaks to me. I really like it. I'm not going to go into the political implications or anything of that sort on this channel, as this is an art channel not dedicated to any of that. But I really appreciate the visual appeal of the movie and the artistic elements within the movie, as well as, the entertainment value that it provides. It is a really well done movie, and if you haven't seen it, I totally recommend it as a movie to watch, especially around this time of year. It has a lot of kind of dark fall elements to it, and in that way, it just makes it a really appealing movie for this time of year. And as I said, the entertainment value is fantastic. As far as the painting goes, like I said, I did struggle with the proportions of Evie's face. I had a reference that I had kind of put together on my iPad of both of them from different things, different like movie posters and stuff. And I tried to put it together in so that they would kind of construct a V together. But to be honest, I think that her face needed to be looking off to her right a little bit more. And so the face needed to be turned. And the way that I drew it, it doesn't look like it is. So alas, there you have it. From a painting standpoint, as far as kind of capturing the light source, I think that I did a better job than I was anticipating, just because sometimes mixing colors is something that I really struggle with as far as getting the color correctness. But in this case, I think that I at least captured the light sources all right, which you will see as I continue to paint this piece. Just something to kind of be aware of while you're watching it happen in real time. This painting process is sped up about 5 times, and I didn't do what I normally do. I didn't cut it up as far as like taking out the moments when I went for water or was mixing colors. So if you notice any delays, that's probably why. Additionally, I realized after the fact that the lighting kind of got messed up at different points when I either covered the camera or just changed the frame of focus for the camera. So the lighting kind of changed with that. And so I do apologize for that. I will be more cognizant of it in the future and was rather disappointed to see that in the footage this time. But to be honest, I don't know how to correct that in post-production. I'm not really good at color correction, and I can color correct a clip at a time, but I'm not sure how to color correct like specific moments within a clip. So I just left it alone. V for Vendetta is one of my favorite subjects to paint as well. If you go back through my Instagram, which is at Crafty Crandall, you'll see that every year for the past 3 or 4 years, I have actually done a painting or a tribute to V for Vendetta. So this is not my first time painting these characters. Like I said, I watch the movie every year, and I love painting a tribute to it, basically. So this is this year's version. If you're interested, again, you can check out my Instagram to see the older ones, but I would definitely say that I've improved since then and continue to push myself artistically, just to make it better, if you will. Every year I'd like to just make some form of improvement, and honestly, it's getting on to the time where I'm going to end up doing my yearly painting of Severus Snape as well, so that is another means by which I gauge my artistic progress throughout the years, is continuing to paint the same subjects, either with different mediums or different compositions, trying to gauge the improvement while also gauging improvement in other areas, so composition, various mediums, etc. I think that this piece kind of illustrates that in both the composition and, again, the lighting on Evie's face. Unfortunately, I do think that I could have stood to have made the background either a shade of blue or just a lighter shade of gray. I think that the background ended up being a little bit too dark, and so it didn't pop the way I wanted it to. Well, it didn't make the figures in the scene pop the way that I wanted them to. So there was that was a little bit disappointing, but to be honest, it's harder for me to go back and change it once I've already painted the characters, because I find that I often mess them up. I also realized after I had finished painting this piece that I had forgotten to paint Evie's ears, which was strange, but they ended up just remaining the shade that I had done the underpainting, which was a pale pink shade. I did find that the underpainting process was worth using on this, although I only did so for Evie because I wanted to retain the white for the Guy Fawkes mask of the paper. I learned how to do the underpainting technique from a Mary Sanch video. If you don't watch Mary, she is kind of my go-to gouache artist here on YouTube. In addition, I also appreciate Miriam Tilson's videos. She does a great job using gouache as well. But those are just some of my favorites. I will kind of link them down below in case you're looking for a gouache reference as well. I know I love watching gouache portrait painting videos because it helps me to learn more about the medium and kind of just gather some tips and tricks as the painting process occurs. So hopefully that this video can kind of provide that for you if you're watching it, and hopefully the references that I have below, or the links that I have below, can also help you if you're looking for other people to reference as far as gouache portrait painting is concerned. I know that I didn't include the portrait in the thumbnail of this video. Because I wasn't as happy with it as the rest of the painting, I kind of just used the Guy Fawkes portion of the painting for the thumbnail, but in the future, if I do a gouache painting of a portrait, then I will try to leave that in the thumbnail so that more people kind of realize that that is the focus of the video. As this is kind of an extra video on my channel anyway, I'm not really looking for a ton of viewership here. I just wanted to make my YouTube family aware of my interest in this movie and just display yet another painting on my channel, as sometimes you just want to sit down and watch a good speed paint. I know that the speed paint is kind of dying here on YouTube, but to be honest, it's something that I still love watching, even though it's not as popular anymore. I love just seeing how other artists apply their techniques with whatever medium it is that they happen to be using. I find that I always learn something and always pick something out of the video to kind of apply for myself, and I really appreciate that aspect of the art community, of sharing artwork together, just so that, you know, we can all pick something up from each other, because everyone has a different approach. Everyone sees art differently, or kind of interprets a reference portrait differently, or a reference point. It's something that I really kind of enjoy about practicing art and about observing art in daily life to try to bring to life through painting or drawing, etc. hopefully this wasn't too rambly for you. I have something against just like having music in the background, because oftentimes when I click a video, I'm either multitasking or both watching and listening. So I like to have kind of a stream of consciousness, if you will, in my videos. But hopefully you liked it. If you did, please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're interested. Enjoy this paint peeling experience. And please know that I post new art and book related content every single Tuesday and occasionally, like today, on Fridays. I really appreciate you watching, and I will catch you here in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.